Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brother Minister Cepeda. I am here to assist you guys with balancing and synthesizing your the proper go between of your mind, your body, and your spirit. You know, we have to keep these things properly balanced. It's like having four cars on a tire. If one of them falls out of balance, it's just a matter of time before it has an effect on the other three, and then they have an effect on your rotors, your struts, the overall performance of the car. So it's important that we keep everything in balance. So go to my website, treelifeoutreach.com. Click on the services, but more importantly, read the bio. I do this every single video to honor He who has sent me and to just glorify Him for all that He's done in my life in the past, what He's doing in the present, and what He's already done in the future. So listen, let's get started into this, man. I don't want to be long-winded with this video. Sometimes I find myself doing that anyway. It's just, I say I'm gonna let the Spirit, guide me. So that's what it is. Today's topic, I'm gonna talk to y'all briefly, man, about crooked preachers, crooked pastors, crooked imams, whatever. Now, you can look at me and say that that's a broad statement, and it is a broad statement, but I'm not painting everyone with that broad brush. Because if we're honest, we can see that the pastors, and when I say pastors, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say everybody, whether they into religions or they into the ways of life, like Confucianism, which is considered not to be a religion into itself, as well as Buddhism. These are things that are more classified closer towards a spiritual endeavor. But so all across the board, anybody that's practicing that, that's pushing that to the public or allowing the public to come to them for services, and they are being disingenuous, I'm just going to classify them under one word, which I'm just going to go with preacher. But I won't be redundant on this point, so hopefully you guys can, get it, and we can be done with it. But so when I say preacher, I'm talking about the whole shebang. Everybody, regardless of their religion, if it's a religion, if it's a way of life, whatever. If they're being disingenuous and they're putting that information out and they are doing it, getting some monetary value in exchange, or they're just doing it for reputation. Maybe they're not getting paid, but they're presenting themselves as, authentic monks, or what have you. This has to stop, man. This has to stop. And, the old saying is the only power people have over you is the power that you give them. And the reason why they're able to do this is because we, as the masses, we allow them to. We sit by day, day in and day out, seeing and knowing that what it is they're providing for us is not getting us collectively to a higher level. Science continues to improve and advance, but the soul of mankind continues to devolve. What is that? And not just what is that about? Oh, here's a thought. Maybe it's about greed. Maybe it's about selfishness. Maybe it's about power and control, when it should be about love and compassion, wisdom, knowledge, beauty, courage, and these things. It's not about any of that. And when I say it is not about any of that, obviously I'm not talking about everybody. Surely there are good people in each and every sect of religious practicing and or spiritual practicing. But that does not negate, nor does it even mitigate the fact that If religion and all these other tools that are supposed to help mankind, if it was on the stock market, if it was on the Dow Jones, it would have plummeted a long time ago. The value, what has it done for us? Oh, it's the reason why there was a war about to take place over here, and all these religious teachers got together and they went over there and had a word and prayer, and the war was averted. Wait, yeah, that never happened. Oh, it was about them going into the cities or the urban communities and praying and getting with the community and bringing the crime rate down. That's what it's about. Oh, wait. Oh, that never happened. My fault. Oh, yeah. It was about going publicly and taking a stance of prayer and making vigils with regards, or on a mass level with regards to wrongdoings, rapings, killings, acts of racism. Oh yeah, that never happened either. Oh, wow. So then what is it about? Our crime? Don't give me no statistics about crime is going down. What is statistics when you know you and your family and your neighbor and his family and nobody can go anywhere basically and feel safe? Then don't get on the news and tell me, oh, crime is the lowest it's ever been. And people are not just feeling that they're not safe. They know the neighbor over a couple streets over got robbed. The lady just right up the block got raped. The guy a couple blocks over, somebody broke in and stole all his stuff. So don't give me no statistics. It's not working. It hasn't worked. It has failed us. Collectively, it has failed us. And until we decide to look this right square in the eye and come up with a comprehensive plan of action about what we're going to do to take back our churches, our mosques, temples, synagogues, and things of that nature, it's going to continue to perpetrate itself. It's going to continue to happen on a broad, massive scale, where people are going in here with the hopes of what their religious teachings is said to provide them. They're going in the door with these places, and they're walking out with they're not even walking out with it. They get a feel-good moment while they're in there from the pastor or whoever it is. And before that sermon is completely finished, most of them that's in there, or a lot of them that's in there, again, I'm not talking about everybody, before that sermon, before that session is even finished, they're arguing, they're rolling their eyes, they're having arguments in a parking lot about, who parked here first and why you get so close to my car. So we got to look at the head of this. See, if you are the head, then you get all the credit, but you also get all the blame. So we got to start taking aim at the head, these so-called leaders of these churches, mosques, temples, and synagogues, and religions, and spiritual teachings and practices all across the world. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of these various religions and a huge fan of the people who are genuinely devout to them. I support them wholeheartedly. It doesn't matter to me. We can sit down and have a word of prayer. We can have conversation. We can have discourse. We can sit down and have dinner. It doesn't matter to me whether you're a Muslim, a Christian, a Hinduist, a Rastafarian. It doesn't matter to me. If you believe that you are, if you know that you're not out to hurt anyone, you're not out to harm anyone or their property, you're about treating everybody fairly, you're being respectful of Mother Earth, we can have conversation. We can have dialogue and discourse. and we can support one another. I can see your point of view, whether I agree with it or not. It's all but different branches of the same tree. But yet there's the person who has planted the tree, the head of that particular organization or that particular church is not doing what they should do. It's that dog eat dog world, and let's just call it what it is. The enemy, the most commonly referred to as evil, or the dark side, or Satan, or forces of darkness, whatever you want to call it, they have infiltrated the church. And when I say church, I'm talking about the whole shebang: mosques, temples, synagogues, you name it. Places of worship, they've been infiltrated. And the people who are being appointed to higher and higher positions within these establishments, quite honestly, they shouldn't be there if they were judged strictly on their internal merit of someone having the intuition or the intuitional accoutrements to assess them internally. What are you going to do for the community? Not what are you going to have the community do for you. You're just using this community so you can get you a Cadillac and a nice resume and then a bigger church. This has to stop, people, and it can only stop with us, because the pastor and all these people who have those positions, they don't have those positions unless we give them to them. They don't have our hard-earned money unless we give it to them. They don't have the beliefs and the hearts of our sons and daughters unless we as parents give it to them, because we take them in there in the first place and raise them up to believe into a system that we know ain't did nothing for you, ain't did nothing for nobody else. Not for real, for real. So I just wanted to touch on this, man, because I don't think a lot of people, I don't think it gets enough attention. I don't think a spotlight is being shined on as brightly and as consistently as it should be. You got these people, some of them are billionaires. And the ones that ain't billionaires, there's millionaires. They're millionaires. They're flying around in their Concorde jets. You can't tell me nothing that they did except maybe donated a couple, maybe 100 lunches here and there. Maybe they fed some people during the Thanksgiving Day and they broadcast that. Really? Millions and millions of dollars, and that's what you can provide? See, this is what happens when we get people who choose cognitive dissonance. That's all that is. So they know the truth, but it's too hard, it's too scary, it requires too much work, so they just ignore it. So how's anything supposed to ever get better? A lot of us have sons and daughters. If we're not going to do it for us, some of us, we have grandkids. If we're not going to do it for ourselves, are we going to take any interest in the world that we're leaving behind to them? Or are you just going to continue to get in line because your mom took you to church and her mom before her took her to church, and so we're just going to fall in suit? No. Listen, go to my website. If you need a word of encouragement, if you need prayer, it doesn't matter what religion you are. You don't even have to be in a religion. You don't even have to believe in God. I'm gonna do the basic questionnaire with you. Nothing very formal at all. And based on what my Holy Father reveals to me from the words that you're saying, the vibes, and not just the words, because words can be, a person can make their mouth say anything. So I'll be using my Heavenly Father, the Spirit who dwells within me, and getting and getting accurate feedback on what's your intentions, what's your purpose. So if you are a clean-hearted individual and you practice clean-hearted living, compassion, love, caring, kindness, all these different things, call me, man. You don't have to go to the church, and you don't have to give me a dime. You don't have to give me a dime. I can do what my Holy Father has anointed me to do, which is minister to people. And I won't charge you a dime. And you ain't got to like my video. You ain't got to subscribe. There's absolutely no strings attached. You just have to be fed up with being fed up, or steady going to this church, whether you give them the money or not. You're going through there, you're searching, you're hoping. A lot of times people are genuinely studying, and it's not working for you. And truth be told, you know it didn't work for Sarah, for Susan, for Carl, for James. It didn't work for anybody, you know. Maybe some people got elevated in the church. Maybe the church, because they was in the church, somebody in the church found them a job, or maybe the church got bigger and they bought another building. But what is it doing for you personally, internally? Are you growing internally? So this is my message today, man. My message is to say it doesn't have to remain this way. There are some good people out there. There are some good teachers out there. There are some real, true believers. But we have to turn to them, and we have to seek them out. We have to turn to them, and we have to build rapport with them, and stop just going to the church that we know can't and ain't doing nothing for us. But we can see what we're doing for them. We can see every year they get a brand new car. Every year they may add something on to the church. But when they add something on to the church, that's adding something on to them. It doesn't matter if you paid your tithes for 10 years. If you get out wrong with that pastor or whoever it is, he can just ask you to leave. So building a church ain't doing nothing for you. It may make you feel good, like I'm helping to grow the church and our church is continuing to grow. How are you growing internally? Are you a better person? Are you any closer to being where you want to be in terms of your inner growth? Or are you just okay with, hey, this is the way you've always been? Okay, well, if that's what's working for you, then keep at it. But I'm willing to bet you that this is the way you've always been, and that way you've always been is quite dissatisfying to you. So again, you don't have to give me a penny. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to promote my channel. You don't have to like my video. If you want help, I will help you. My Heavenly Father will help you through me, because that's what I'm called for. That's what I'm anointed for. And it doesn't matter what you're really, like I said, you can be atheist. It doesn't matter to me. Are you kind to the people that you come in contact with? You try to be as kind and as fair as you can to everybody? Do you believe that everybody has equal rights in terms of their human rights and things of this nature, opportunities, everyone should get a chance? Or do you believe that Mother Earth should be respected? Okay. Then we can sit down, and I will assist you in any way that my Heavenly Father will instruct me to, and it won't cost you a penny. But you don't have to keep going there. And you see it's not doing nothing for you, but you steady seeing what you doing for it. He get a brand new car. Darn near every time you bat your eyes. His wife, his kids come in, and he gives you a fuzzy wuzzy pep talk that before he's even finished, when they bow on their heads for that final prayer before they exit, You start feeling the same stress, pain, sorrow, misery, fear that you had before you went in there. Before you went in there. Oh, and by the way, before you went in there, and also lowered your dues. You've been doing this for years. So the time has come to pump the brakes, man. That's the message that I have for you guys. Let's unite. Let's hold these fake leaders accountable, because it's making religion look bad. There's nobody coming from the church, and again, when I say church, I mean all the different places. There's no one coming from those places that move people, that inspire people to say, man, I don't know what it is, but I want some of that. I don't know what it is. No, you leaving the church, you going out into society, you just as mean and cruel and disingenuous and incompassionate as the next guy. So why should a person go to church? And this is why church membership and the views that people have on religion and spiritual teachings as a whole is plummeting. It's plummeting. It's plummeting across the board. It's at an all-time low. Attendance and interest in religion and the mainstream spiritual practices are at an all-time low. And some of it is by design, but a lot of it is just based on good old-fashioned ignorance of people going in there, knowing that it ain't doing nothing for their life, and continuing to put their money in their collection plate. And it'd be different if it wasn't doing nothing for their life, but they was trying, and the pastor was trying, and the pastor's struggling, and they struggling, but the pastor ain't struggling. So that's a very, very simple message that has a very profound potentiality. The potentiality of that very, very simple question is enormous, especially when it comes to the inner city, because these people are vampires to the inner city, a place where people can't afford to do much anyway, and they taking their hard-earned money, trusting in this pay the tithes, trusting in that fuzzy-wuzzy feeling that the pastor gave them. Pastor ain't suffering with them. It'd be different. That's like a husband and a wife in a relationship. If y'all struggling together, that's one thing, but every time you turn around, he or she got on a brand new diamond ring. He or she got on brand new shoes, brand new car, brand new clothes. No. So my website is there, treelifeoutreach.com. My services is there. What I stand for, what I'm about, what my Heavenly Father has done for me, and what He's continuing to do for me, it's there. And if you decide that that's not for you, then I want to be the first to commend you, to say, you took a look at it. You made your own choice. So I appreciate that, and I encourage you to look deeper into it, because if I'm not your guy, then somebody else should be your guy, because that guy is certainly not your guy, and you know that. So if it's not me, find somebody who it is. Find somebody that could help you, somebody who is truly anointed to help you, to guide you, to assist you, to minister to you in a way that is that's tangible, in a way that you could see and feel, and not just some see hollering and hooping and hollering in church and feel in your heart, and then 5 minutes later it's over. No, something you could actually quantify. Like when you're in this situation, you used to feel like that, but since you start messing with this pastor or minister or teacher or whatever, you can handle that a lot more. That's a lot better. Your outlook on life, it used to be this and now it's that. the way you feel about yourself, your self-esteem. You deserve to have someone who is anointed to assist you, and if you are committed to spending your time in that service or with that person and doing research, you deserve somebody who can help you, whether it's me or somebody else. But I believe that you're smart enough and you're strong enough to realize that that guy ain't it, and you deserve more. The question is, do you feel as though you deserve more? So that's what I have for you guys. I like to start each and every video by requesting that you guys go to my website. I like to finish each and every video with the same way. So I start the same way, I finish the same way. I don't know all of y'all, but I do love all of y'all. Each and every last one of y'all. Doesn't matter what you think or feel about me, that has absolutely nothing to do with it. I am love, so I can't help but to love you. This ain't that weak Pollyanna love, so you get out of line, you get something that you'll get something that you ain't bargained for. Because Christ wasn't no punk. So when I say love, I mean that. I don't mean love in no weak, flowery way. I mean love and all that it brings to the table. Because you love your child, but you catch him playing in that street, he get out wrong, you'll give him something that he didn't find comfortable. So under that umbrella, I genuinely love all of y'all, each and every last one of y'all. I don't know all of y'all, but I do love all of y'all. Here's a mantra and a truth in which I live my own life, and I'll encourage you guys to try it. If you're feeling bad, and each and every human being on this planet has at one time or another, and will more than likely at one time or another be feeling bad. If you're feeling bad, you don't have to just get up and run out and run from feeling bad. Feeling bad is a part of life. You take that in. You take the rain with the rain and the sunshine with the sunshine. You take it in. You don't run from it. But if you feel you are in that moment feeling like bad to where you know you should reach out and you feel like it's affecting your behavior and you're not being as kind and as loving that you owe it to yourself to be. If you feel it's affected you in that way, either in that instance or long term, you're feeling bad, I challenge you to go out and make somebody else feel good. And I guarantee you, a lot faster than that, you'll go from feeling bad to feeling good. Try it. Feeling bad, go out and make somebody else feel good and you'll feel better. If you're already feeling good and you go find somebody who's feeling bad and make them feel good, then you'll go from feeling good to feeling phenomenal. That's just the way this thing works, guys. That's just the way it works. So thanks. Check out the website, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, and you guys stay blessed because y'all are blessed. I am Minister Cepeda, and I'll speak with you guys later. Thanks. Bye.